Hey folks, welcome back to the shop. Been a little bit, been a busy holiday season, little sickness here, little illness there, but we're getting through it. But today, I'm sure you saw the thumbnail, we're gonna look at some Monarch 410, 2.5 inch, number 9 shot, target load, basically. Get that time of year, hunting season's about over, so target season kind of comes into play. Another reason I'm doing a video on these is right now they seem to be available, which with 410, that's something that can't be said for, other manufacturers. There's some Winchester stuff out there, but I went to Academy, and that's something else I want to mention too. This is sold exclusively through Academy Sports. They're mainly a Texas Southeast type company, from what I understand. So they're over quite a bit of area, but you can order these through the mail. I ordered them. I have an Academy locally, but they didn't have any in the store in stock, but they did have them in stock online. And I think they're $14.99 a box. Don't quote me on that. That might be a little bit more. There might be a little bit less. They're normally at the low end on pricing as far as any other ammunition when it comes to the Monarch brand. This is their house brand. They don't make this stuff. They contract with other companies, ammo companies, to make their ammo for them. I think this is a Cheddite product. Don't quote me on that. The hull is definitely a Cheddite, I'm pretty sure, but I'm not sure if Cheddite is the one who actually make it. It's made in Italy. It says that right on the box. So yeah, I just went on there, clicked on a box, quantity of 10, and I have a case of 410. So I did pattern these, and of course we'll take a look at that, but we'll get you on the bench, break these things apart. I patterned these with my Yildiz over and under 410. I don't think I've ever shot that on the channel here, but neat little gun. I wanted to see what it patterned like out of that gun. It's more of a target type gun. So, and that may be more of what you folks are shooting this out of. Of course, I have no idea what you're shooting out of, but it's a different gun versus the TriStar that I use for testing and everything else, right? So I had a myriad of chokes. I had improved cylinder, modified, improved, modified, and full, right? So patterned those, and I did the patterning, and I'm going to do this with all the 410 target stuff from now on, I'm pretty sure, is I'm going to pattern at 25 yards and then do the 30-inch circle around it. It's tough for a 410 to fill in a 30-inch circle with a 1/2 ounce of shot, but it gives you a good idea. So that's what we'll take a look at on the patterns, and then we may have a few thoughts after that. But let me get you on the bench over here, and we'll tear this thing down and see what it's made out of. All right, so here we go. Monarch standard velocity lead shot, 410, 2.5 inches, 1,200 feet per second, 1/2 ounce 9 shot. Open the box up. Nice orange-ish looking hulls. I'm colorblind. My son told me they were orange, so I just have to believe him. He could have said green, but I'm going to take it that they're orange. Okay. Cheddite hull is what it looks like to me. You can see the 410 marking here. Higher brass. Anyway, let's see what's in this thing. All right, we'll get the scale here. Looks like nice polished shot. Looking for 218 grains. We're about 12 grains short. So, I mean, it's typical with factory ammo to be a little bit short, a little bit typical. So I'm not going to be real upset. I used to get real upset about being short on shot from commercial manufacturers, but now it's just become a way of life. So let's take a look at this shot, see what it looks like. Got my little white bowl here. So it's very nice and round. I mean, this is really nice looking. It's very symmetrical. It's the same size. Wow, I'm actually impressed with the shot. Okay, there's one little piece right here that has a little boogered up. And again, it could be from the mechanism that they use to measure the the drop. But man, I'm not going to complain about that at all. It looks really nice. Okay. So I'm going to open the rest of the way up. All right. So what we have is a nice little Yildiz mini container. Some people know it as a MG10 or MG42. I think BPI calls it their MG410 or something like that. But it's available. We can get this as reloaders, by the way. I mean, but all right, so that's that. Let's check the powder out. What kind of powder? Okay, a little different. So, tap that. You get my pick all the way up in there. Make sure we got it. So 19.5 grains of a super spherical powder. Very fine, have no clue what it is. Looks like it has some type of marker in it, but a flake. Anyway, so 19.5, actually 19.2 grains. Okay. I'm sure it's a Cheddite primer, but that's the hull. Can we see? Let's see. What's down in there? Plastic base. All right. I'll pour the powder back in there. Let's go shoot them up, see how they pattern. All right. Monarch. 2.5 inch, 1/2 ounce, number 9. 25 yards. Actually cylinder choke. Monarch, number 9 shot, 1/2 ounce, 25 yards. Improved cylinder choke. Monarch, 2.5 inch 410, 7.5 shot, modified choke, 25 yards. All right, Monarch, 2.5 inch, 7.5 or number 9 shot, improved modified, 25 yards. All right, Monarch, 2.5 inch 410, number 9 shot. This is full choke at 25 yards. Okay, so back from the farm, take a look at these patterns. Again, cylinder, improved cylinder, modified, improved modified, and full choke. And of course, these are at 25 yards, 30-inch circle. I think that's kind of what everybody's going with nowadays. I know it's a little bit beyond the furthest station on a skeet range. And you know, it might be a good thing because you know where the max is, right? So this is cylinder choke, 187 pellets on this piece of paper, right? And you know, 25 yards with a cylinder choke. Again, in all the videos, we're not going to ask for a lot. It's very splotchy. I mean, shots just kind of everywhere. So let's take a look at improved cylinder at 25 yards and see if we begin to start seeing some stuff. Okay, improved cylinder. A little bit better. I mean, we can see it's a little bit better. Still splotchy. Not the best pattern in the world. Definitely probably wouldn't want to shoot clays with this. Can kind of see a small core right here. Or it could be 3 different cores. I don't know. Let's take a look at modified and see if we can get some better results. All right. Now we're starting to see the choke come in. Man, that's a good thing for that Yildiz over and under. You know, I mean, if it didn't start shooting a little bit better, that was going to be not good. But we got 214 pellets on the paper, which is only 3 more than we had in the last pattern. But man, they have started to come in on their own, right? So modified doesn't look like a very bad pattern at all. A couple of little open spots, but man, head over heels better than improved cylinder. So not terribly bad, not terribly bad. Let's take a look at improved modified. All right. Well, improved modified is interesting, to say the least. We actually have more pellets. Again, 1 more pellet on the paper. And, you know, this pattern, I may have missed to the right a little bit. It wasn't by much because of the big holes. You have a core right here. Almost like the modified pattern better than the improved modified, even though we've got a real dense layer. It's almost like we got a stripe around our sphere there. So let's take a look at full and see if we can get a little bit of improvement. All right. Well, I think this is probably going to be our best choke at 25 yards. We've got 225 pellets on the target. That's, you know, a lot more than the others. Not to mention, there's not that many outside of the 30-inch circle. We got a real nice core. Look, none of these are super great patterns. There's a few holes in this pattern. Don't know if it's the ammo. Don't know if it's the gun or the choke tubes. These are factory choke tubes. But that's not a bad pattern. You put that on a clay target, it's going to break it, right? And you have to understand too, at 25 yards, we're stretching, well, at least what 9-shot will do. So I don't think it's terribly bad at all. If we brought this in at 21 yards, we might find out that modified, improved modified, and a matter of fact, full at that point might be almost too tight. So anyway, that's about it. Let's go back to the bench and close this one out. All right. What'd you guys think about the Monarch target load? I haven't done hardly any 410 target loads because, number one, I haven't had any 410 target loads. And let me tell you, I probably don't think that this is a junk load, a real cheap load. I think it's going to be on par with any other Italian or even American target load. I mean, the velocities were consistent. If you saw on the chronograph, if it showed up doing the patterning, these things were all 1,200 or even above feet per second. The shot's super nice to me. I don't know how soft it is. It may be super soft, low antimony lead. To me, that's fine for a target load because I mean, it's just for targets, right? And you could, I'm sure you could dove hunt if you're shooting doves over a spinner decoy or something like that, 20, 25 yards or less. Probably take them all day long with number nines, or rats or anything like that. Of course, you'd need a real tight choke for rats, or really up close. For me, my big draw and why I bought a case of them was to utilize the hulls after I was done with them. These are Cheddite hulls, and I haven't actually purchased new Cheddite hulls, and I think it's because maybe I haven't found any. But when you pop these things off, they open up real nice. And I've been doing some testing with some TSS loads for this hull. And let me tell you, I'm getting 4 or 5 loads so far, and I haven't had any split hulls. They're still crimping nice. Yes, the ends are getting a little dark depending on the powder I'm working with at the time, but I think I'm going to be real pleased with being able to reload these hulls. So that's a big positive right there. And the other positive is the daggum things are available. So if you do target shoot at the clay range, you've got some shells, you can practice, which is always good. And then you can reload them, or you can put them online and sell them to somebody else to reload. I mean, there's trust me, 410 hulls, if they're reloadable, are worth something to somebody. But anyway, I think they did an okay job. Again, as far as my first factory target load, I knew it would probably be a little light on shot. And when I say light, this thing's only like 8 or 9 grains. I mean, it's 5 or 6 pellets. It's not a lot. So I consider it okay. But I wasn't real happy with the patterns. I felt like they could be better. But again, this is 410, this is 2.5 inches. It's only a ½ ounce a shot. I think we may need to pull back to say 20, 21 yards to really, find out where this load is going to be effective, which that's where it's intended to be effective, not 25, and definitely not a 30-inch circle. I'm sure if we shrunk that circle down a little bit smaller, we might can get some better results as far as percentages. I don't know. A lot of you guys are much more involved with the 410 on the target side of things than I am. My 410 targets are things that fly with wings, not clay birds. So, but anyway, I guess that's it. Thanks for watching. If you like these videos, hit subscribe, like. Down here in the bottom left, I think, is a subscribe button that you can hit. I have gotten back from a wild holidays and then a vacation, and now I have spent the last few days working on things. So I've got some new loads that are shortly going to be sent off for testing. I've got a lot of what's in the boxes that I'm going to be doing. Some more 410 stuff. I've got 4 different 28 gauge loads, factory loads that I'm going to be doing what's in the box, patterning, and that kind of stuff. And on the load development side, we've got 410 TSS, straight TSS in 3-inch, 2.5 inch. We've got 410 bismuth that's buffered. We've got 410 lead that's buffered. We've got 28 gauge straight bismuth. We've got 28 gauge 3-inch stuff. I'm not going to promise when it's going to come out. We're still working the testing stuff out. I've got 28 gauge buffered bismuth coming. I've got a lot of different hulls with some of the loads that have already been developed, but they're utilizing different hulls. Not everybody has access to a Fiocchi hull. Not everybody has access to, you know, a Cheddite hull. So what I'm trying to do is work up loads with AAHS hulls, the Federal paper base, like the Top Gun hull. I don't really care for them, but they're available and you guys can get them. So I'm working on some stuff for those, right? So you guys can reload them and shoot them. HW15, working on some stuff with that. You may have never heard of it. You may have heard of it as tungsten or tungsten 15 or whatever, but basically it's a tungsten based shot that it's 15 grams centimeter cubed. So it's a little lighter than straight TSS, which is 18 grams centimeter cubed. So it's a little less expensive, but I think that's that, and well, you'll see. There's some pretty good stuff because some of that stuff's available too from different vendors. It may even work in some TSS bismuth duplex. Ooh, I hate the word bismuth, but it could be a crazy thing. So anyway, keep an eye out for that stuff. People that have ordered the 28 gauge all data, in the next few weeks, keep an eye on your email. I have something that will be coming for you, okay? And I'm not going to say it on the video. You'll just get it, well, when you get it. All right, folks. Thanks for watching. Y'all have a good one, and we'll see you on the next video.